Hi, in this tutorial I'll show you how to work with javafx list view. Let's create a new project, other javafx project. The name is going to be list views. I'll show you two ways to create list view. New, other. Now we're going to add fxml document, list views, finish. All right, so let's open fxml file in scene builder, and here I think I'm going to use let me use hbox. Alright, it's a little bit small. I'll make it bigger, and this is about right. And now I want to add list view here. So list view 1 and list view 2. I also want to add a button and a label, a couple of labels actually. One label right below and another label. So the button and the labels, I actually want to put them in VBox, wrap in VBox, so they kind of stack together under each other. Okay, so let's see, I guess I don't need this view that big, so I'll make it smaller. But this VBox, I want to make this VBox bigger. So for the button, I want to say display months, and that's about it for here. We actually make sizes here and fix the layout a little bit. So for the layout, I don't like when it when controls touching the edges of my window, so I'll add a little bit of margin everywhere from all sides. That's for this list view, and I'll do the same and I'll actually do the same for this view as well. Okay, I think this is good. I want to change the size, the width. I want it to be, let's try to make 250. Okay, I like that. I'll make this one 250 as well, and I'll make VBox maybe 350. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, that looks good, but it's squashing my other things. So that's my H box. So I need to increase my H box. Okay, now it looks more like what I want. Alright, save this file and go back to the to Eclipse, save here, and I'll add a controller, new class, list view controller, implements initializable, and add unimplemented methods, save. And I actually have some code prepared, so I don't have to type everything. Let me go and grab it from here. So first, I'll declare all my controls, javafx. I have a button, I have a list view, javafx. I will need this observable list that I'm going to use with my list view. That's what's going to hold the data. Okay, and then I have list view. So I have a couple of list views. One is holding months and one is holding strings. So I'll just make everything private. And so it's recognizing months, but that's not the months I really wanted to use. I actually created my own class months, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace that class months. But since it can have conflict with existing classes, I'll just call it months item, or just my months. Alright, and let me grab the code for the months. So it's just getters and setters. Like so. Notice that I'm providing toString implementation here. I'm overriding the implementation, and it's going to return only month's name. Alright, let's see. Now I will go back to list view, and here I want to change this to my months. And same idea here. So the reason why I'm using my own class, my months, I want to show you how you can create your own classes and use them in the list view. So I have declared all my controls. I'll go back to Scene Builder, and now I will find the FX IDs for them. So first I need to find the controller class and add it. And now for each list view, I will add the FX ID. Day list, and this is the button. I don't have on action event yet, but for labels I have two labels, selected day and selected months. I do have fx ID for button. I'm actually not going to use it, but since I have it, I'll add it. All right, what else am I missing? Okay, so now we need to provide some data that's going to be displayed to the user. Before I continue, I want to check if my code is running. First, I need to modify main class. I would recommend actually to check if your code is running more often than I do. Like every little change you do, just double check that you did not break anything. Because if many things are broken later, then it's going to be hard to figure out where the problems are. Import and import. Okay, just trying to figure out if I spelled my fxml file correctly. It looks like it's correct, and let's run it. Okay, now I can run it. Alright, so I see the view. It does recognize everything that I created. Alright, let me go back. So, sorry, I clicked on run with coverage, so it's checking the coverage as well here. Not sure how to remove that. Anyways, so there will be a little bit of a color here. Let's go back to the controller, and here I want to populate my months through my code. I will use this method initialize to populate the list view. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And I will also grab the listener right away, and I'll grab the event handler for the button. Alright, so the only thing I'll have to change is where I say months, I'm going to say my months. Just a couple more. Alright, and a few of them over here. Okay, I think that's better now. Oh, sorry. This is my listener. I need to import the listener, javafx. Okay, and now everything is okay, but I need to do another import, javafx. Alright, so here I'm populating my observable list first, months. I'm populating it with the values from my months class. So I'm creating it, and I'm also adding it to this observable list. So it's similar to like array list that we worked with earlier. So I'm populating all the months, and then I'm using this observable list. I'm saying list view set these items. So these are the items that will be displayed to the user. And when it's going to display the items to the user, it will actually read this toString method from here. That's why we need to provide this. because if I don't provide it, it's going to display something else, not very user-friendly information. Okay, and then for the months list view, I'm adding a listener. So this list view I will handle with a listener, and the other list view I will handle with a button event. So here, as soon as user selects something, the value in the label will be updated. But with the day list, only when user clicks the button, only then the value in the label will be updated. All right. Let's see. So we're still missing something, which is populating the days. But before I do that, I want to run it again just to see. So I am getting the list that I created, and you can see that every time I click on the value, the label gets updated. So let me go back to fxml file here, and I want to add on action handler here. Handle show button. Show date, or handle show button event. Okay, sorry, I misspelled it, but that's okay. And finally, I will populate list view using fxml. So here I have to be a little bit careful when I populate these values. Let me open the So first I will have to find my list view, and then I have to add these items in it. So this will be a list view for day list. Let me go back. List view, day list. So here you need to know how to work with XML files. I see this tag was closed too early. So right now, this will be, my items are going to be outside, which is not what I want. I want them to be inside, and I will provide closing tag after I added all my values. And you can see again that I'm using FX collection observable array list, which is very similar to what we had in this code as well, right? Observable list, which comes from FX collections observable array list. So you can see that the code is very similar. However, there is one more thing I need to do. This one I just added this FX collection. However, I also have imports here on top. So if I don't add the import, I'll get an error. Let me try running it to show you what kind of error you're going to get. So you would get some error like this if you forgot to import some things on top. So this can happen when you copy paste some pieces of fxml file from one file to another file. So here it says access control group privilege, construct load exception, create element. So it cannot create element. And I can also see the line where it's breaking. List views fxml 21. If I go into my list views fxml, which is this line 21, so here it's breaking at this line. So that's how I know that this line is wrong, and I just happen to know it's because this is not imported here. So I will take my import from here and add it anywhere on top here. And let me try running it again now. So now I can see the days and the months. So I selected the day, and I will say, oh, it says display month, so I have to change the name of the text on the bottom. So day, Wednesday. Let me go and quickly change that. Properties, display save and refresh and run again. Alright, so display a day. Only after I click I can see the day, and display months. As soon as I click, it's displaying the months. So this is how you can work with list views.